Hello, Brian.
Howdy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. I'm in West Grove, Pennsylvania. These guys at the school really enjoyed your music this morning, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Where are you right now as we're talking to each other, Brian, as we speak?
I'm at home in Clane, the village of Clane, County Kildare, which is about 20 miles west of Dublin.
And that's Dublin, Ireland, right?
That's right.
Is there any chance you could play a little live music over the phone, Brian? Can you do
Yeah,
that?
I'd love to. Do you have your guitar with you?
I do. I have it right here, actually, behind me.
Okay, just let me grab my flute here, Paddy.
Okay, he's going to grab a flute. He's going to play a little flute music over the phone in Ireland. I've got a guitar right here. If you're wondering what my brother looks like, that's him right there. What did you say? Which one is my brother? Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can get this to work. Brian, can you count me in with a 1, 2, 3, and then I'll follow you?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Thank you very much indeed. Brian, I really appreciate it. Would you like to say a few words before you go?
Okay, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope to see you all sometime. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye, Brian. Thank you. Hey. Really sorry about that noise. That's a thing called feedback, when your sound of your instrument goes back into your instrument and you get that sound. I apologize. So now you see what this is all about. Art, music, people, food, animals, and kissing. Sometimes this can be a very happy experience. Sometimes it can be a little sad. Take a look at the space between the moon and the sun. That square with 3 rays of sunlight. It's the square with the theremin. It's turned off right now, it won't play, but let me take the cover off. And you can see those 3 rays of sunlight right there. In the last 25 years I worked on this picture. I always gave the pen to people and let them sign their name, except for this one. I wrote every one of those yellow names. There's 450 of them. Those names are the names of the people who were on the airplanes when they crashed on 9/11. I was working on this square that day. And 3 days later, I found their names on the internet. I took a yellow pen and I just wrote them down. It was almost like I was trying to reach out a hand to those people. And remember the hand I showed you holding the bird?
Oh my God.
Well, their names are in part of the hand. You won't see it in normal light, but if you look at it using ultraviolet light, you've got suns, leaves, snowflakes, and flowers.
This picture's gonna be worth
Now
like
I've shown you the X-ray, the ultraviolet, the radio waves, infrared. If I photographed my hand in sunlight, this is what I would see. If I photographed my hand with an infrared camera, this is what I would see. I would see the difference in the temperatures. I would see the warm areas, I would see the cool areas.
Dylan.
Just you guys, please, just for the remainder of the show, stay quiet. Thank you. So what I'm going to do with the picture is this. When it's finished, I'm going to turn it around on its back like this. Run an electrical cable around the shape of the heart, plug it in, let it warm up, turn out the lights, switch on an infrared camera, and this is what you would see. You would see the warmth of the heart coming through on the infrared layer of the spectrum. But a lot of people say, well, that's great, but where's this picture going to go when it's finished? Well, when you look at the picture when it's complete, you will see it's made from 171 squares. I just showed you 2 of them. And what I'm going to do with the picture is this. Look,
I'm gonna put it in our school.
there's 9 rows of squares. I'm going to take each row of squares. I'm going to turn those squares on their side like this. Bring each row of squares together, it makes a 4-foot cube. But the whole picture with 9 rows makes 9 cubes, another square. I'm going to put these inside the special boxes, turn the whole thing on its side, and paint each box in a different color. So the entire painting turns into a sculpture. And if I stand beside the sculpture, this is how tall I would look. And maybe when the whole thing is finished, I'll take a paintbrush and in the little square,
So what's the
I'll
point of
paint a
painting
heart like
inside
that.
and making a cube?
But it's still not finished. Because when I go to schools like this all over the country, I have all of this equipment, all of these cables on the floor. I use a very special tape to hold those cables down. It's called gaffer's tape. After the show, I take up the tape in a bundle and I keep it. Later on, I turn them into small little tape balls. Look, here's 30 of them. Here's 130 of them. Here's 730 of them. Little selfie, little self-portrait. Oh, and remember the Japanese calligraphy? I did some of that. This is the Japanese for winter, spring, summer, and fall. The 4 seasons. And then I did something in English. Read this with me. Once. Oh, it's a beginning. You have to start somewhere. Oh, and because it's the signature project, I did my own name in tape balls. That's how I write my name. And remember the eye on the bridge? I did another eye with tape balls. This eye belongs to a very famous actress. Her name is Elizabeth Taylor. I'm not sure if you ever heard of her. Now, one of these signatures is a very special woman.
Obama.
This is my mother. And very shortly, I'll be putting some of her recipes on my website. That's called Dublin Coddle, a spicy potato soup. It's absolutely delicious. But you can go to my website right now. Click on the bird in the moon, and it will zoom in automatically for you. Go to the heart, click on that. The figure appears with its arms outstretched. Or leave me a comment. I love hearing from students. Some people say, I like the music, I like the show. I got a comment last week, and all they said was this. Yo, what's up, man? I'm sure you can do better than that. Now, when I travel to schools, I take photographs. The mountains in southern Utah, a logging truck in eastern Oregon, Columbia River Gorge, Washington State, and last year, driving through Los Angeles at nighttime, I took this photograph right here. And I've been all over the place with this thing called the Signature Project, and I've gotten signatures from people from all over the world. But this year, I will have driven across the United States 76 times and performed in over 200 cities. So I took some photographs and some music, and I put them together. I hope this works because I'm getting some feedback on these guitars here, so let's see if I can get this to work without too much trouble. Here we go.
I'm on my track there.
Keep going for me, please. That's the signature project. Sometimes after a show, people come up to me. They're happy, they're full of energy, they're bouncing all over the place, just like these guys right here.
I just want lunch.
Sometimes people come up to me and they're sad, they've got tears, they're crying, just like these two guys right here. Come on, guys. But you know, for me, this thing called the Signature Project, it's just a way of trying to get your head around this thing called life. You've got to have a passion. The piece of the picture I'm working on today, it's like down here in the rays of the sun, but I'm almost finished one up here, and this picture over here. If we could get the house lights on at this point, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Would one of you guys take the cover off that square for me, the first square, just a light cover? There you go. And you can bring it over there and put it up against the wall. I've got about 6,000 names on this one already. Now, when people sign their names, they use a very special pen. It's not ink, it's acrylic paint on canvas. This is a real painting. When those names dry in about 30 seconds, those names will last 1,000 years. It's a real painting, but every brushstroke of color is a unique individual. And when those white lines get filled in yellow, they'll go right up here in the rays of the sun, right about there. Let me ask you guys something. Did you enjoy the show?